welcome back to my channel. This is Chisom Akah, and this is Chisom Akah TV, where I talk about family, marriage, online business, men empowerment, and lifestyle. And if you're here to hear shocking things I discovered since I got married in 2020, then don't go anywhere. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm so excited because it's my wedding and it has been my wedding anniversary season. So today is the 18th of June, and our traditional wedding anniversary Nigerian wedding was on the 13th of June, and of course, is the same date every year. And then the remarkable thing is also that also our registry wedding is also in this month of June on the 25th. So we have like 13 days of celebration, guys. So I'm going to be bringing to you major things, major milestones, major things I have learned in this 1 year of being married, right? And I have so many gists, really. I have so many stories for you guys. Like, you can't even tell. But I will start today with updating you of shocking things I discovered after I got married. And if you're here to hear it, I have question and answer coming up with my husband. I'm going to introduce my husband to this channel. Yeah. And we're going to bring him so that we can answer those questions. If you have questions for us, drop it in the comment section right now as you're watching so that you don't forget, so that we can also answer them when we come up on in my next video. Okay, so before that happens, I just came to give you guys this gist. I have before I got married, let me give you a bit of a background about me as a single woman, like, right? I'm the first child of 6 children. So as the oldest, sometimes you're being expected most times to be the first to get married, but that wasn't the case with me. So every of my younger ones got married, apart from my last brother, who is 28 years old now. So every other person, so 4 other people, and my half sister, I have an older half sister, everyone is married. Like 5 people are married and have families, right? Now, also, being a first child and a first daughter, being a sibling is another, being the only but one sibling who wasn't married. I have prophetic prayers I prayed. I had prophecies about my marriage, but it wasn't happen, and I was already clocking 40, right? Yeah, that's the part you didn't know, right? I was preparing for my 40th birthday just before I got married. In fact, I got married a few days, less than a month to my 40th birthday. Now, I didn't have, another thing you need to know, I didn't have much luck dating older men all my life. You know how they say the older men are more mature at this, so usually girls look out for older men when they are dating. That wasn't my case. I actually had more of younger people, 4 years younger, 3 years, 2 years younger, 1 year younger, um, woo me or toast me, right? So all my dating years, I mean, that was what I got, and then I settled like it doesn't matter. And of course, I dated some very mature people, and I still hold the view that age is just a number, right? Now, also, I left a lot of relationships that I was hurt in. Yeah, if for one reason or the other, I always left the relationships, myself, even though I'll go back to mourn some, like really mourn some. Why some? I didn't even miss them for a day, and then I'm asking myself, so why was I there for that long? That kind of thing. Well, the longest relationship I was in was 3.5 years. Yeah, right. Now, within the time I was also single, I grew a lot of influence online. Like, I became an ideologist. I was social media influencer, I was a blogger, and an influential one at that, because I had the platform to bring bloggers together to serve brands, and so many other things. So you know how they say, don't be too popular, don't make too much money, so that men will not be intimidated. I don't know if it's like that in your country, but in my country, many people believe that, and it's really crazy if you ask me. Really crazy, yeah. So I was living in a big city. I was actually living in the Federal Capital Territory of my country, Nigeria. So I was living in Abuja, and I lived there for 12 years. I actually moved there myself at 27, and I thought I want to just go learn, make it big, build a career, find the love of my life, So I went there intentionally, and it became the biggest influence of my adult life, right? Now, I was also a good girl. I mean, still is. Church girl, all that, dating people who were like pastor's sons. That was my reality, guys. All the rest are coming in another gist. I became an entrepreneur. Then at a point, I quit, working 9 to 5 jobs after like 11 years. I quit working 9 to 5 jobs so that I could start working from home. I registered my own company. I started running my own company. And that was because I was also preparing to be married. I didn't want a marriage where I would always be out of the house. I've always wanted to be, I'm always like a home person. I feel more comfortable working from home or working flexible hours and flexible locations as well. That's just the way my brain is wired, guys. So, um, yeah, I made that decision as a single person. Yeah, I had very serious marriage proposal. Like, I had at least 10, more than 10 serious marriage proposal, but I usually say 10 between when I was 14 years old and 39 years old, right? So that's, I'm just giving you a background, right? So that you can, you know where we are coming from, yeah? So I had also, um, what else do I want to say? I've forgotten. But then, and then I finally got married in June of 2020. Of course, I told you, and these things happened that shocked me, totally shocked me. Like at 39, you can tell I was already comfortable single. I knew how to do my own things. I was used to living alone, paying my bills, going on vacations when I wanted within my country. I mean, and then so this thing shocked me. Number one, I was not even in the space where I was dating where my husband came. So that was one shock. But the major shock about all that was my husband is somebody that I had known 20 years prior. And it made me remember a friend of mine who kept saying, Jenny, you're doing so well. I know how it is being single and doing stuff. Sometimes you're thinking, how am I going to build a relationship and get into marriage? Sometimes it might not be that way. Somebody who will get married to you might be somebody in your corner. And I kept wondering who among my male friends is the person. But meeting my husband totally blew me away because even though I knew him 20 years ago, we weren't like friends, close pals and stuff. We were just mutual friends of friends. And that shocked me. So more like things that shocked me in my own marriage, right? Okay, I got married to my husband after speaking consecutively on phone for just 5 days, and we got engaged. I mean, that wasn't the first time I was accepting proposal on phone and doing long distance stuff, but that shocked me. What shocked me there was that when we finally got married, in spite of the pandemic, because we were in different cities, the pandemic also didn't help travels and stuff. I discovered that when I finally married him, who my spirit told me he was, what he was even much more better than that. That shocked me because a lot of people are used to saying men are this, that, all the negatives. And even though I never believed them, I never knew it can come this, it can come in this package, right? Now, third thing that shocked me about marriage is that marriage gives you such a relax, baby. Just take it easy, right? Things are gonna work out. I don't know. I don't know if it's your reality or but it just gives you this kind of calm, security, and then it gives you a certain different zest to achieve stuff. You want to go out there, you want to do it big, you don't want to play in the small league anymore. I mean, that's my reality. I don't know if anybody, has this. That shocked me because I'm like, I used to be a go-getter already. So why did I get to a point where I'm like calm, collected, and then reinventing everything from the change of my name to my brand to my company to the way to the kind of clients I want to serve. All of that began to change when I got married. Yeah, number four thing that shocked me was like you can actually be married and be truly happy that you're shocked to even share it. Like because you think people will not believe you, they will think that you're just, in fact maybe something is even wrong with your marriage and you're just, saving faces. You can be so happy in a marriage, you can have a happy home, and in fact I believe now that there are more happy marriages than there are unhappy ones, right? You can be so happy that you don't even want to tell your close friend. You're like, she may not get it, she may not get it, he might think I'm just, you know, that kind of thing, yeah. And so many people are actually in this space where they are really happy with their marriage, they are achieving their goals, they are in their, they are feeling fulfilled. And in spite of all the news that's spread around about marriage, they can't relate, but they can't, they can't do anything about it. So they are just chilling, guys. And it's easy to get comfortable in a happy marriage and forget that people need to be helped, which is part of why I'm here to share on this platform. Because, yeah, if by the time I tell you I'm enjoying my marriage, you can have hope. If you're single, and you can say, oh, I'm going to make my own work, right? Yeah, so the fourth thing that shocked me, it's the fifth thing now that shocked me was that you can get married even in Africa in just 1 week. Like you can plan your wedding in 1 week. Now, let me take it like this. We already planned the clothes, what we'll wear, all that. I think that was the only thing we had planned because we have to get the material and sew them, right? But we actually didn't fix a date because of the pandemic, obviously, and then we kept saying, okay, maybe here, maybe when the lockdown is eased and all that. So from the time when we said, okay, so finally this is the date and this is when it's gonna happen, was just a week. And guys, it didn't happen. If you've seen my previous video, just the previous one before this one, you will know that it happened with glam. Even though a lot of people couldn't come from different cities, different countries, but it still happened. Like, I'm still like, did that happen? God is just faithful, right? Another thing that shocked you, that can shock me, that shocked me, that might shock you when you get married, is that you're going to discover how much connected you are to people, family, friends. A lot of people are saying, oh, you got married, and let me know. We wanted to do this. You should have told us this, that. Even when they know it was the lockdown wedding, they were just like, no, we would have done this. You should have told me. And then you keep remembering people that you thought you told, or you thought you covered, all the information, but they keep opening up aunties, uncles that didn't hear or thought or are taking offense that you didn't tell them, and you just discover anyway how such a huge part of a big influence that you are within a family circle, and it just feels fulfilling to know that marriage has that ability to bring you together back to the knowing that you're not alone, you have a lot of family and friends and people rooting for you, really, right? Yeah, when I got married, I got shocked that people kept asking me from the day one, how is your husband? I'm like, everything about me is now, how is the husband? How is the God doing? How is he? Okay, if your husband accepts, let's talk about it. And I'm like, hey, so no time matter anymore, especially if you're a lady, guys. Guys, you guys have such influence. Like, I didn't know. Another thing that shocked me is that this one is making me laugh because it's not like I didn't have respect. I built a career for myself. I had a notable name and all that, but so I had a lot of respect, because of what I. So yeah, really, but respect is going to be on another level when you get married. You'll be wondering, like, wait, I don't understand. You're wearing this meek, kind, even considerate of me when I was single, but it is what it is, guys. Especially in Africa. Why is it like that? Why is it that, excuse me, were we not all born single? Singleness is our default setting at the end of the day. We only just make a decision to share our life with someone at some point in our lives, but it doesn't feel like that in my continent and in my country. Like, people just respect you because you're married. And it means that people who are married can get away with anything. That's almost how I feel, guys. Another shocking thing is that you will discover just how much money you do not have. Guys, when you get married and bills start coming and you start wanting this, that, start planning your future, start thinking of children and all to do, start paying bills. In my case, where I had to get into a marriage where there were already children and I just have children, just getting married, you will discover just how much money you don't have. Like, you need to hustle now that you're single, if you're single. If not, you might discover that in marriage that you might actually be jouncing. If you're like me, that you like to buy your stuff, be your own thing and do your own thing, you're going to discover that, do you want to just be there, barely, like, right, I have collapsed all my business structure that I'm totally reinventing myself. You need to make a lot of money to be, to have a, glammy kind of happy marriage. Not for anybody, but for you and your partner, right? Yeah, in marriage also, I got shocked that people would say you're glowing. They're going to see the glow and you're not going to see it. You may not see it, and they'll be like, oh my God, you're glowing. Anytime you're going to do a video or a picture, they're going to tell you how much you're glowing. So be ready for that. Is that a shock enough? All right, if you're married, you agree with any of this. If you are not, get ready. These are tips that you might, stumble into that will shock you equally very soon, okay? And particularly if you're a single guy, download my free freebie in my channel banner and have a swell time reading that document. You will thank me later. Okay, guys, so I am super excited to have reeled out all this, and I'm hoping that you enjoyed it. Until I come your way again, expect our question and answer questions and be amazing.